meron tayong inflation considering everything, all prices are going up. And apart from that, nabanggit niyo po yung democracy, yung democratic process. Sinabi rin ng mga poll watchdogs na it undermines, kasi ang epekto niyan actually, kaya gustong-gusto. Sinabi nga sa amin ni Senator Mig Subiri ang dami-dami daw naglalabi sa kanya mga barangay chairman na yun na nga, para ma-extend. Actually, yun ang effect nun You are extending the terms of these elected officials at nasisira yung proseso nung pagpipili.
You're robbing the people of the right to choose.
Well, actually, we are not robbing the people. Insofar as I am concerned, and the other members of the committee, I think we have to follow the rule of the majority. You cannot have unanimity. There will always be opposition. But how far and how great will be that opposition as compared to those groups who are elected public officials who are supporting the postponement?
Ito lang, another point of view, at least from based on our interviews, no, sir. There were many complaints that were raised during the pandemic, especially in regard to the administering of the ayuda. And this was where, in effect, where the rubber kind of like met the road, in the sense of it was the barangay leaders that were actually implementing decisions from the very, very top. And there were many who failed that test. And this would have been a chance for the electorate, again, from the lowest levels of democracy, to say, hey, we got to change our barangay leaders. They just did not perform during the last, diba? Parang you're asking them now to grin and bear it for another year and a half. Is that fair?
Well, actually, the people must be vigilant in their rights. If they feel that their barangay captains are doing something which is illegal or constitute an omission in the performance of their duties, notwithstanding that there is no scheduled election, they can take the appropriate action. They can file a case administratively, they can prosecute criminally, they can take the complaint before the DILG. So in other words, kung sinasabi ng ating mga kababayan, itong kapitan namin, hindi nagtrabaho during the pandemic, lahat ng pag-ayuda ay hindi pinastos. Why wait for the elections? Bakit hindi pa ngayon inibanda na nila yung kapitan so that all the other barangay captains will have the possibility or will be enlightened that in the event that they will not be performing their duties, they would be liable criminally, administratively. But the trouble is that, sinasabi natin, korap yung aming barangay captain. Siya ang gumagamit ng pondo. Pero hindi naman tayo nagdidemanda. We are not asserting our rights. Do we mean to say that we have to wait for the elections and our only purpose was to change him in order to discipline him? Suppose he still runs. Will that solve the problem? Still, it will not solve. Kung ang sinasabi natin, yung incompetence ng ating mga barangay officials. Sa akin, if there is already a damage done by the barangay captains, do not wait for revenge in the election. File the appropriate cases right now.
Mabuti yung kami criminal offense, Congressman. Paano kung incompetent lang? Wala namang kaso for incompetence.
Well, ang sinasabi nga natin, kung incompetence, there might be complete ignorance of the law and they might be also held liable. Pangalawa, kahit naman sa election code, kahit sa presidente, hindi naman nakalagay that the candidate must be competent. It was never mentioned there. Kaya mahirap nating sabihin, incompetence is a ground for disciplinary action.
Ayan, but it's a ground for it's a ground for losing in elections, di ba? Kaya nga we have to refresh.
That's why,
the mandate every 3 years, not every 5 years.
That's the easiest, cheapest way to take revenge, to use your words. Diba? Ganyan ka pala, hindi na kita iboboto. There's nothing wrong with that, right? I mean, that's the right of the electorate.